welcome to Canva Masterclass. We're gonna go through Canva, some basic things we need to know about Canva, and then we're gonna do some tutorials. We're gonna do some practicals on this. So I'm gonna walk you through a few things. What you're gonna see on the screen right now is created. What you're seeing now is created using Canva. So let's just do that. We'll do demo start, and then you can see what it looks like. So created this main using Canva. So the objective of this class is to go through how to create projects in Canva, how to build and add images in your project, how to add and edit photos. We're gonna add texts, we'll add shapes and lines, and then we're gonna use edit frames like grids and mockups. Then we're going to upload our own images, our own pictures, and edit it. And then extras at the end is going to be to add, to manage layers, show how to manage layers. And then we're going to do bulk create. We're going to create a quick project for Instagram. Right, I think I have double audio. I'm going to mute myself in one of them. Alright. So I'm going to walk through this again. So the project is going to focus on these 6 key areas or 7 key areas. Number 1 is to show us how to create project in Canva. That's going to be the first thing we're going to do. Then after that, we'll add images. We're going to add text and photos. We're going to edit those texts that we added, edit the photos. We can take texts from Canva and then edit them or write our own from scratch. We're going to learn how to use frames and grids and mockups, and then we're going to upload images and edit those images that we're going to upload. Then as extra, we're going to manage layers and then groupings and layers, and then after that we're going to do a project for Instagram. It's going to be a bulk create project for Instagram. Alright, then if we have time, I will show you how to add your own fonts. So let's go to Canva. So when you open Canva, you're going to be here. If you're logged in to Canva, you're going to be on this page. So the first thing you want to do is to go to the top left hand side corner. You will see the button called create. So you create on that button, click on that button for me, and that's the first thing you see. These are the first things you see. So before I start, I want you to understand that there are some templates already on Canva that you can use, but you can start from scratch, right? So you're going to pick any of the templates, or you're going to start from scratch. So why don't we just pick any of the templates? So you want to do a presentation, you want to create an Instagram post, you want to do a poster or any other thing. Let's pick a flyer. It's going to be a blank document, but the size of the document is already set for us. Now if you don't like this size, you can resize it, right? If you have a pro account, you can resize whatever template you're given. So I'm going to click on this canvas now, and I click on resize if I want to change it. So here you have the sizes: 1080 by 1920, 1080 by 1350, 940 by 788. So these are for Instagram story, Instagram post, Facebook post, different sizes. But if you don't like any of them, you just click on resize or custom size, and then you can enter the size you want. Right now the size is at 8.5 by 11, and these are in inches. This is in inches. So these are in inches, so you can drop this down, change it to pixels, millimeters, or centimeters, right? Choose whatever measurement that you want to use, right? So in this case, we're going to leave it as inches, and then you can just adjust it. So let me adjust this now. I don't have to, but let me just adjust it to show you what I mean. So if we get half of this, that will be 4.25, 4.25. That will give us exactly half of that. So we can resize and copy and resize. So let's copy this and resize it. Then we're going to open the copy. It's going to be narrow but the same length, right? And then you can start from here to design whatever you want to design. So let's say we want to design something this size, right? On the left hand side where you have the template, you have some ideas what you can put, right? So if you want to create something like this, right away you have your design. You can just edit it to suit the purpose. You want to show steps, understand, define, ideate, prototype, and test. You can use this, or you can use this other one. There's more like that. So Canva gives you ideas. It works with you. It's like a partner. It works with you to choose what you want to put on the size of the document you want to work on, right? So you can just edit. So I'm gonna start editing this one here. I don't need this per se, but if you double click on it, so you can just start typing. Okay, if that's what I want to type, that's what it's gonna be. And then if you want to zoom this, you can make it bigger by holding down Control and then scrolling. If you have a scrolling mouse, you can just hold down Control and then scroll. As you scroll, it gets bigger. Scroll up or down to resize it, and then you can start looking inside it. You know, so inspirational. So you can change this text to whatever you want. Whatever you call it, that's what it's gonna be, and so on and so forth. So that's one of the ways to work on that. So let's go back to our original document. I want to work on this document now. Just click on it, wait a little bit, it will give you an idea. If it doesn't give you idea right away, go to the left, you click on template. When you click on templates, you will see ideas of what you can put here, but you that started this has something in mind. You want to create something in the first place, so you can have that sketched on the paper, what you want to design, and then you start putting things together, right? Canva can also suggest things for you. So I'm going to just take inspiration from the template. Click on the template and you see an idea. Online webinar, artificial intelligence, and all that. So if this makes sense to you, you can just move things around. This is how easy AI has made things. So as soon as you select this on artificial intelligence, what Canva does was to start thinking about what you are doing and where you're working, where you presently are in your design, and it will start giving you other suggestions. So if you look on the left, you will see other things on AI. So you can pick that, and then instantly you get more ideas based on what you just selected, and so on and so forth. So you can keep, iterating through this until you get what you want. But let's say you didn't want any of this, you want to start everything from scratch. So, or you want to change you like this, but you want to change the image. So you can drag the image out. You can just select the image and delete, and then you can insert your own image. That's another way to do it. Or if you like anything here, let's say you like this, but you don't want to call it AI. Let's say you want to call it USB. Let's say you just resize this. Either you resize the text area, or you resize the font. And this conference, if you want it to be this way, fine. If you want it to be a straight line conference, you can just resize it this way. USB conference. I can resize the container for the text, or you can leave it the way it was and just resize the font. So I'm going to click on that, go to the font size, and then just decrease. If you know the exact font you want, because maybe you've done this before, you know the exact font size you want, you just type it in. So in this case, let's say I want 60. I can just type in 60 here right away, and then it will be 60. So USB conference, right? So this is one way to do this. And then you can go on and edit this to give you whatever you want. You want to change the name here from artificial intelligence, you can just call it anything you want to call it. Will be what it is, Masterclass. All right. So that's one way to start. So let's go back, and we're gonna click on here again. So let me just close this out. Click on create again. I could start from where I was, but I just want to start it afresh. Click on create again, and then here you can have ideas. So you have some templates that are already here for you. You can start picking from. Maybe you've done something related to this before or not. You can pick from any of this, but if you don't see what you want, you can go here and type it. What would you like to create? Go here and type it. So let's say a YouTube thumbnail. So yeah, I have a YouTube thumbnail, Snapchat, news thumbnail, and so on and so forth. So let's do YouTube thumbnail. So you click on that, and it will give you the size because it already knows the size of a YouTube thumbnail. Once that is done, on the left hand side you see ideas of several YouTube thumbnails you could use for your work. There are several ones here. So sometimes you make an excellent video, and I do this all the time. I create videos, but I just create the videos and publish them. It was recently that I started looking at the thumbnails. Before now, I just create the videos and publish them and just walk away. But there are gazillion videos out there, millions, if not billions of videos out there that you need to distinguish your work for people to know that, for people to be able to click your work. They need to have something that actually calls their attention to your work. So if you want to use a thumbnail, create a YouTube thumbnail, it's good to get inspiration or to create a very good thumbnail that will make your work stand out from others. Like this one this one here says next big trend, AI tools revolution. So you can use this. If you like this, you can take this. So I'm going to use this to create my YouTube thumbnail, but I don't want to use this person's image. So I'm going to remove their image, and I'm going to put my image here. Now, for me to put my image here, so I have to upload an image. So that's one of the things we're going to learn today. How do you upload an image for your design? So let's just do it contiguously. So to upload an image, remember it's in one of our outlines. What is our outline? Yeah, here is how to add adding images, right? How do I add my own image? That's number 2. So I create a project, want to add my image. So let's go back there. So I've removed the image that I have here, and what I'm going to do is to add images. I'm going to add images. That's number 2 here. How do I add images? On the left hand side here, you can see uploads, right? I can just upload an image. I can drag and drop an image here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my uploads and upload a file. If I click here, I can upload a file, or I can just drag it and put it here, or I can record myself. Right now I can record myself and put it here. But let's just go and grab an image. I'll show you different ways to upload images. So here I'm going to drag and drop, and the image will just become part of here. This is the icon we're using for this video. Drag it and drop, that's it. Another way is to click on upload files. It will open to your download folder. You can select whatever you have your image on your computer, and you just select that image, and the image is uploaded to your computer. It is that simple. Now I need to put an image here, so I'm going to drag my picture and I'm just going to put it over there, and that's it. So we've just replaced that image that was there with ours, and we're good to go, right? So you can turn this around, adjust it the way you want. You can do whatever you want to do with the image you just uploaded. You can resize it to suit the purpose, right? You can resize the image, and then you can change the texts here. Change anything you want to change here. So this is going to be at Alright, so you can change it, do whatever you want to do. So that is another, so we've done number 2, which is we've uploaded image. So you can add and edit photos. Add and edit photos. So to add and edit photos is just like adding pictures. If I want to add and edit photos, right? So you go to your project, you go on the left hand side, you click on elements. When you click on these elements, you can select, you can look here, there are so many things. You can see photos and images and all that. Photos, shapes, graphics, animations, audio. Click on photos. When you click on photos, you can see some photos that are already here. These are stock that are provided by Canva. So you can pick any of them that you want, but there are so many. To scroll through might take you long, so you can just come here in this search element. You can just search. You can just say snow. Just say snow, and then hit enter. Then you get photos about snow. You can get photos about snow. Pick any of them you want. Once you click on it, it is inserted automatically. So I have this in my design right now, but I don't want to work on it here because This is for YouTube thumbnail. So I'm just gonna leave it and create a new page. At the bottom you see add page. I click on add page, and then I'll add the photo that I want to add. I add this photo, and then I can just line it up the way I want to line it up. Yeah, and then you can start edit. You can start working with this. So let me see. If I edit this photo, I can remove background on this photo. If there's any background, it will be removed from this photo, and then I'll just have the pure photo. Yeah, so the background is removed, and I just have the snow. Now I can use it in any place that I want to use it. Alright, drag it and keep it anywhere you want, and it's gonna be there. I want you to fill the page. So what I'm gonna do is to drag it to fill the page. I don't want to rotate it. I want to fill the page. Alright, so let me just expand it. I'm gonna expand it to fill the page. So whole page. Alright, so I'm gonna apply, expand, and that image that I inserted will expand and fill the page. Give it a few seconds to do the work, and now it has filled the page. I like it, but it's white again now, so I am just gonna click on done, and I want to make sure that the background is removed because I don't want the background. I just want the snowflakes to be there. Yeah, so I have my snowflakes. Yeah, that's all I need from this page, right? So this is how to add photo, and then we can also add other kinds of photos. We can add other images. So let me remove the snow and just search dogs. Whatever you want to search, you just type it in there. So I have a dog. I have dogs actually, not just a dog. I have dogs. So I'm gonna put the dogs here, stretch it out to fill horizontally. Yeah. Then I'm gonna remove the background from the dogs as well. Yeah. So the dogs and the snow, they are together now, right? And if I want the snow to be in front of the dog, because right now the snow is behind the dogs. If I want the snow to be in front, I have to manage the layers. So one of the things we're going to learn is an extra is how to manage layers. So I'll just show you right now. I'll click on this page and I'll click on position. And then when I come on the left hand side, I'll click on layers. Then I can drag the snow above the snow. I drag the snow above the dogs, right? So now the snow is in front. You can see this snowflake is covering the face of this dog. So that's how you manage layers, right? So let's do other things. The other item I want to do is to add and edit photos. We've added our own photos. We're going to add text. So let's add text. Go back here. On the left hand side, you see T. T stands for text. Actually, beneath, you see text. Then you pick any text you want. I need a header, so I just click on it. If you click on the style you want, it's going to show on the page, and you can start adding. Let's just call it snow dogs. Alright, so I have snow dogs written there. It's hard to see because of the font color. So I'm just going to go on top here on this my tools here. I'm going to click on text color, and I'm going to change the color to whatever I want. Just click on the color that you want, and then that text will change to red. So because I selected red here, so let's see. Let me move the font. Let's move it here so we can see when we change the color. Alright, we're gonna make it red, and then you can just put it back to where you want it to be. I think it will pop on a white background. Doesn't pop that much, so you can play around with the colors until you find the color that pops for you on the back on that on that white background. If it's not popping enough, you can add another element. So let me show you. If you can't find the color that pops for you, what you do is go back to elements and then look for, close out whatever you were searching and look for shapes. I need a shape, so pick a shape there. I'm going to take a rectangle, and then just drag the shape. You can type anything you want inside the shape. Actually, you can just start typing, and then you can change the fonts. So let me make it to look exactly like this dog. So this is 52. So I'm gonna type here snow dogs. Alright, these snow dogs, I want the font to be 52, so I'm not gonna go line by line. I'm just gonna make it that big. Yeah, snow dogs. And then I can also change the font color. Then I can do transparency, but the, so the transparency can remove the background color, right? So if I do 100%, it will just be my snow dogs there. And I want the font color to be the same as the previous one, and I want the font, which is the Sans Canva Sans. So let me change this. It's also Canva Sans, all right? Yeah, Canva Sans. And then I'm gonna change the stroke of the boundary of the shape that I inserted. I can change that, but now I just want it to be none. I don't want to have any stroke on the boundary. So if I don't like this, if I don't want this, I can just delete the text and just put the shape. Just take the shape only and put the shape behind my text, my dog text. And then I can use the transparency to fade out the color a little bit. Now I can adjust the shape without affecting the size of my font, of my text. So I can adjust the shape just to be around. Alright, so this is it. I'm done here. So let's do another one. The next item we have here is to how to use and edit frames, grids, and mockups. So let's do that quickly. So I'm gonna take a new page, which is what we just created now. I want to use frames. So go back to elements and exit the shape that we just searched and look for. You can use any of these here that we have here. So let's take grid for instance. If I click on grid, I'll see all these grids. So I can take one of them, yeah, and then I'll just use this for my project. So I go back to the elements and then I'll exit this grid and search for images I want to use on this. So I'm going to use sunset, sunrise. Let's just say sunrise. You're going to get different pictures on sunrise. So I like this one, so I'm going to use it. So when you click on it, it comes here. I like this one as well, and I think also like this one. I like all three. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drag each of them against the columns, one of the columns that I have. So let's just drag one of them to the first column, the second one to the second column, drag it over it until it fits, the third one to the third column, and now we're done. Now, but I don't like that I'm not seeing the sun on this one, so I'm going to double click on it and drag it until I see the sun, then I'll leave it in, and then it stays there. This one here, does it have a sun? It has a sun, so I'm going to drag it and then the sun shows. So that's how you create that, right? If you want to create, let's say you want to make a vacation kind of pamphlet or something like that, you can just say destination vacation, something like that, destination Alright, so whatever image I get there, I can pick whatever makes sense to me and just drag them over. So I don't see anything that stood out to me, but I'm just going to take this for instance, drag it over here. Yeah, I want to adjust it so that I can show the man and the wife. I hope they're man and wife. Yeah, and then I can find other things that make sense too. This one is yeah, this one is cartoony. I can just drag it and put it here. I want to make them to show as well. Alright, and then last but not the least, since we're already doing that, we can pick another one, this beach kind of thing. Whatever image, you can even upload your own image and that will be your design, right? So let's see. Alright, I didn't like that one. This one here. It just I didn't like it's too cartoonish, but anyways. Yeah, it's too cartoonish, especially two of them being side by side. So I'm gonna remove that. I'm gonna use a different one. This one is looks better. Let's see. Again, this is just design iteration until you get what you want. Okay, let me use this one. Yeah, let's see. I think it's better. Yep. All right. So that's how you do this, right? So you can put the real people in the middle because let me just put the real people in the middle because I think it looks better that way. These are the real people here. I'm gonna put them in the middle. I'm gonna put real people in the middle and then put these cartoony people outside and another place. Control X will cut everything, so I don't want to do that. I want to just do this one here. I want to remove this image here. Yeah. So let's put the real people in the middle. Where are the real people? Not that any of them is a real person, to be frank, and not that it matters, but just to show you an idea. On our graphics, I had a man and a wife. Where are they? Okay, where are the people? Let's take this. It's not real person, but anyways, let's just take it and then put it in the middle there. Yeah. And then we can put another thing on the other side. Anyways, but you get the drill. So go to the left and pick the element that suits your purpose. We didn't even talk about flying. So let's just add aeroplane, because we need to fly to the destination. It's too small for this. Okay, the plane is too small. Let's get something bigger. Okay, let's do this one here. We need the children to be happy. Yep, something like this, but you get the drill. So you place it where you want, and then that is done. So let's go and try another frame because this frame I don't think they're the best frames. Let's go back to elements. We're gonna look for, let's create a new page, add a page, and we're gonna go quickly to mockups. So let's say we're gonna go on frames. Now before we do frames, sorry, let's continue with let's continue with the grades. Let's continue with the grades. There are different kinds of grades we can use. Let's try this grade. That's the one we use now. Let's try this grades. This is good for photos, for showing photos. So we're gonna go back and just find photos. Go to photos, and we're gonna take photos that we like. So these people that we used before, let's put them here. Alright, so what other thing do we want to get? Dogs are nice, but let's not do dogs too much. Alright, so let's go here. So if this is a destination for wedding, you can add that, and then at the bottom here. Alright, so let's add dogs. Dog people win. So let's add it. Just click on it and then drag it over the section. Yeah, and then that's it. We're done here. So you can just go ahead and adjust as needed, and you are done. I think I need to get this dog a little bit up so I can see the head of that dog, and then you're done. Your design is complete, right? And then you can just save this. So we've done that. So what's the next thing here? Okay, let's do mockups. We still have other things, grids, mockups, frames. Let's do frames now. Let's go to frames. I'm gonna add a page. So to do frame, again, you go to elements, and then just all the things that are there, you can use any of them. So I'm gonna go to elements, and then go down. Let's just exit photos. Go down here and pick any of the things we haven't used. We've done grids, let's do frames. So if I take a frame, for instance, I'm going to take anything that I like, any shape I like. I always like the alphabet frames. So let's see all of them. We're going to take some characters. We're going to write something like Heka. So let's do H-E, where is H? H-E-C-A. Alright. So did A come in? I think so. I don't think so. Right. Where's my H? H. Alright, so I have my H here. E. C. And A. And I want you to notice something. As you are dragging it, it's measuring the distance between each character for you. So if I try to move this now, it tells me 25 and 25. If I try to move this, it's 25 and 25. If I try to move this closer, it tells me the measurement of the rest. I can ignore it and put it closer. It's up to me. But it helps me to know the distance that I'm on the same distance from other letters. Alright. So this is a frame. It's gonna be a cutout for me. It's gonna be a cutout. So I can put images on this and this will create cutouts. So let's just do it without wasting much time. You go to your uploads where you have your images. If you want to use own images, you can drag those pictures over the letters. As you drag them, it will just fill the letter and the cutout of the letter will be what you are seeing, right? So I'm gonna do this one here. Just drag it over a letter and it cuts it, and then that's what it is. I can adjust it if I don't like the way it is. Can adjust it. Let me just make it bigger. Yeah. Adjust it until you like, then you leave it. Then we cut that letter out for you. So I'm gonna add the logo we use for this YouTube video. I'm gonna add that, and then last but not the least, I can go back and pick any other thing from elements, go to pictures or images, whatever. Let's say we're still in frames. Let's just take graphics. We can take a graphic from here and fill the rest. So this one is, yeah, let's just drag it over the letter A. Yeah, but it's not very clear because it blends to the background. So let's use something else. Let's see if we can drag it to get better shape. No, it doesn't blend properly. So let's find something else that once we blend it in, you can still tell. All right, let's get these guys. How about these guys? Would they do better work for us? No, it's still not very clear, unlike the rest, because of the way the letters were written. So let's use a different one. Okay, I'm gonna go to photos. So again, I'm just showing you how to use the design, so you can do whatever you want. Whatever works for you is fine. Let's do photo. Let's use this hand. All right, let's use this hand. Yeah, this is better. So you can use something that just makes sense once you put it on your design. So let's okay, I think I can make the hand bigger so that most of the, yeah. All right, so this is how to use the grid, right? So we've done this. We've done the frames. Yeah, we've done the frames. We've done the grid. We did grid first, and then we've done the frames now. And then yeah. So what is the next thing? Because I want us to get. So own pictures, I've shown that already, right? So you just drag and drop or you click and upload. So we've done that. So I'm going to show you how to manage layers. And one way to manage layers is to click on your working area, your canvas, and you click on position. When you click on position, you're going to see here, you see arrange and layers. So you want to be on layers. Then when you drag any of the elements around, they will change their layer position, right? So you will not notice it here. So let me go to a place where we have text. Let's do it on this page. So you can see my image is this one middle here. If I want it to be below any of the tools, and you won't notice it, to be frank, unless I zoom it big. Let me make it bigger. You can see that it's going below this text. Next big trend, AI2 revolution. So it's going below that. If I want it to be on top of it, which you don't want, but if I want it to be on top of it, all I need to do is to drag it in this side and just take it to the topmost. Now my picture is going to be above. Everything now is below my picture. But that's not what I want, because I want you to be able to read the text. So if I bring it here, you won't see the text. But I want the text to read over the image. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drag the picture below one by one until I get it to the point where I'm comfortable with it. Right. I think I need to go one more or more. AI tools. Yep. You can actually read what is there. I can just keep going until I get to the place that I want. If I put it a little bit lower, then all the backgrounds will cover the image. I can put it to the bottom and everything is on top of the image. So this is one way to use the Canva. If you're doing posters for a program, you can use Canva to do that. Just have all the elements here. You can have a visual representation of what you want, and you just recreate it using Canva. Now, if you have a visual representation of something, but you don't own the right of those images, but you want to use something similar, I'm going to show you something you can do quickly. Let's just put this back where it was. I'm going to show you something you can do quickly. Let's say you see an image and you really like it, but you don't own the right to it. Let's adjust this a little bit. Yeah, you don't have right to it, but you want to use something similar. So let's do this on this my image here. All right, I saw this and I really liked it and I want to reuse it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on snipping tool, and then I'm gonna snip that. I'm gonna click on new, then I'm gonna snip that image. This might not be the perfect one for us, but I'm just gonna try it. Snip that image, and then you go on the website, go to Grok. You can have any other tool of your choice that can generate image. One of them is nomorecopyright.com. Go and paste that image that you just copied, and then you say generate a clone for Canva. All right. So you can actually go on. You can actually link this to Canva, but for now, let's just generate a clone for Canva, and then we'll see what it gives us. No response. Alright, it didn't give me a response, so generate a clone of the attached image. Yeah, so you have to prompt it properly, and then it will generate something similar. I think it just, what's the difference between that? It regenerated the same thing. I'm gonna say remove something. Okay, vibrant sunset. So I'm just gonna prompt it differently. I want to get a variation of that image. Alright, so he added vibrant sunset to it, and this one is a little bit lighter than that, so you can see the difference between all of them, right? So you can see the variation. So you've introduced some variation, you've done some work. Now you can use this and people will not claim, right? You can say remove the text, but let's just work with this. Prompt it to get what you want. This is quite different from what we started with. You can see that. You can see that you added this vibrant sunset here, change this color a little bit and all that. So you can tell it to do whatever change that you want it to do, and then you can take that and start working with it, right? So I'm gonna try to, if I go on my grok, I can actually tell it to integrate with not grok, but I can try ChatGPT. Let's try ChatGPT. So if you go to ChatGPT, you can do the same. So it's not just grok that can do this. Go to ChatGPT, you have to log in, and all right, you can just do it on ChatGPT as well. Let me know. I don't know how long this is going to take to log in. Let's see. Alright, so I'm going to work with Canva here. So I'm going to go to the left and click on Canva. And then, so once it starts, I'm going to say, put that image, generate a similar image for editing with Canva. Alright. So it's going to analyze the image and then connect to Canva and then create and all that. So let's see, confirm or deny. Wants to talk to ChatGPT plugin. Okay, this is the first time I'm doing it on this computer, so there's a plugin that has to be done. All right, so we'll come back to it later. Let's continue our work. So here we're done with this. Now let's do a mock-up. So I like what I see here. Let's just download this. I'm going to download this. I'm going to click on file, and then I'm going to do download, and then I'm going to select the page. This is page 5, so I'm going to drop down and just do current page. Is this page 1? Oh, is this page 1? I thought we have so many pages. Page 1. All right, so this is page 1, so I'm going to download it. Now this image is downloaded. What we're going to do, remember what we did before, we can open the location and we'll just drag it and put it in our uploads, right? So it's going to just be transferred to our uploads. So let me see if it's done. Alright, so it's done. Now let's go back to our elements, and then we're going to go to mockups, right? So let's try mockups now. Click on mockups, and then how do you want people to see this image that you just created? If you want it to be on an apparel, on a frame, on a home and living, so you can pick anything you want it to be on a bag. So let's do it on a cup. You want to mock up on a cup. So you click on the item you want to mock it up on. First of all, I want you to create it on an empty page. So I'm going to go add a page. So then I'm going to put a frame. Just put the frame on the side here. I want to do all the mockups in the same place. Then I'm going to do a cup. Put the cup on the side as well. And then I'm going to do other things. Let's see what other things we have. Coffee mug, coffee cup. Yeah, I'm going to put it here. And then I'm going to look for something else, a bag. Alright. And then let's do something else. Let's do it on a TV, on a monitor, so a computer monitor. We also need people to wear it. So let's take this guy. Alright, so let's just do on these ones. Right, so we have all the mockups we need. You can do more if you want. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my uploads and grab the images that I want to put there. So this one I'm going to do this AI stuff. I'm going to drag it over and just put it on any of the images, right? And then I can adjust the way I want it to look. Yeah, okay, I think I need to shrink it a little bit. Once I'm satisfied with how I want it to look, then I can click on apply. Then that is gonna apply here, so that's the way it's gonna be visible, right, on that tablet or whatever it is called. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the monitor. So let's put it on the monitor. This is a different image that we did earlier, so I can adjust it to fit that monitor. Alright, so what you see is what you get. So I want it to fit on that monitor. I'm going to do the same thing on the cloth, on the guy. So let's do the same tourism on the guy. Alright, I like that. So let's do, what else? This one I don't really like. Let's do this 12 volts power supply. Yeah. No, where's 12 volts power supply? I need 12 volts power supply on this guy. Yeah. And then what again? I need this guy on this cup. I think I took the wrong image. I needed the person, not the circuit. Alright. And then I need what again? This let's put this on the cup. Alright, and then finally let's put this guy and this lady here on the bag. Anyways, whatever you design, so you can mock it up and see how it looks before you produce it. So in the normal case, you want to do the same thing on all of them. I'm just showing you can do different things, but in a normal setting, you want to put the same design on all the same image on all the designs. You want people to see how it will look in all of them. So this tourism is one that I prefer to put on everything. So I'm just going to put it everywhere, so people can see what it looks like everywhere. So all the merch will look, the same. So you want to model it and see how it will look, if you need to tweak something, and so on and so forth. So that is that right there for you. So we've done the mock-ups. So we've done the, what's it called, mock-ups. Yeah, we've done edit picture. So and the extra, we've done the layer already. Let's do bulk create. That will be the last project, and then we can talk about adding your own fonts. So let's go back. Today, many of us are on social media, scrolling and scrolling. So if you're on Instagram, I want to show you this quickly. This should be done in the next 5 minutes. So go on Instagram post. If you want to post on Instagram, you just go to, let's start afresh because I want you to understand everything. Come here on the home page. When you log in, you can click on create, or you can pick social. Like if you look up here, you can see social. You can click on social media, and then it will give you all these things that are relevant to social media. Come here and create your thumbnails. You're gonna enjoy it. So I'm gonna click on image, or Instagram, sorry. Click on Instagram. We want to create an Instagram post. Go to here, go to this site and type motivational. So I like this motivational that I used recently, this one here. But if you don't want to use that, just go back and just click on Instagram, and then in the element type motivational. So let me show you that. I like the one I showed you earlier, so I'm going to reuse it, but I just want to show you quickly how you can do this. Go here and just type motivational. This is gonna be inspirational to you, so you look around and see what you like and just click on it, and it goes on your page. If you don't like it, you design your own. So initially I just scrolled through and I saw something that stuck to me and I picked it. So I'm gonna reuse the same one, but I'll show you how you can do yours as well. So I am gonna look for, I see courage and I like courage. So but let's see if I find something else that stands out. God, God goes, discipline, rise, and grind. There are lots of inspiration that you can pick. So let's just pick one. I think we're spending so much time here. So just pick one. All right. Okay. Let's try styles. Nothing on styles. So let's just do template. I'm gonna take this one. All right. So if I like this, then I can just start working on this. So the project we're going to work on is called Bug Create. I can work on this project and just create project that will just give me Instagram posts for every day, and I'll create 31 of them right now within a couple of minutes, right? So let's use the one that I chose earlier because I like the fact that it has 3 sections. It has the if you will, the title, and then you have the quote, the title and the quote, or the header and the quote. So I'm going to call this header, I'm going to call this subheader, and I'm going to call this quote. So we're going to create a ball create 31 posts. So I'll go to Grok and I'll say to Grok, so let's go to Grok and say Grok. Let's go to Grok. And what you can do this on ChatGPT or any other AI to say create 31 inspirational motivational quotes, inspirational / motivational quotes for Instagram posts. It should not exceed 20 words each. I need a header with one word, a subheader with one word, and the main quote should be under 20 words. So I'm telling it in a table. So in a table with 3 columns, create 31 columns that's in here, and then it's gonna be for Instagram posts, okay? And then I just want to add something. The header and subheader. The header and subheader should read together like arise and shine without the quotes. However, in the table, omit the ampersand. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna hope with better prompting. Okay, I think we got what we want. So we got better prompting. So we said header, subheader, quote, right? So it's gonna be header is one powerful word, subheader one word, all right? Reads natural with header. Example, arise, shine. So it's gonna be arise and shine. Oh no, this is not dream big. No, that's something wrong. Radiant and love, dare and greatly, no. I want it to read, so there's a mistake. I want it to read as arise and shine. So thrive and anywhere. doesn't fit this bill. Alright, so we needed to have prompted it better. So it's gonna arise and shine, dream. No, it's still doing the same thing. This is where AI is really not the best yet. It's still working. It's still coming there greatly now. When read together, the header and subheader must include and. Okay, let's see if it understood. Rise and shine, rise and grind, dream and big. No. When you read action, then connect perfectly with believe and achieve. Yeah, push and through. No, but push and through doesn't read together. Okay, so this is one of the challenges with AI. I still learning. Live and laugh, yeah. Chase and dreams, grow and through growth, shine and bright, conquer. No, it's still not working. All right. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this with you because I'm doing this live. So I want you to see some of the things that you don't see when the video is edited. Imagine for one moment that there is only one header. How would a two-word header joined with ampersand read? All right, so let's do it together. We are prompting this together. We're learning the prompt engineering together. So let's see. Let's hopefully I'm not out of my limit yet. So let's see. It's still searching the web. All right, while this is being done, so I'm gonna come back to it. So let's look at what ChatGPT has done for us. ChatGPT is giving us instructions. Let's see the options. Oh, we have to link it, so I'm not gonna do that now. So let's just go to Drive. I'm gonna go to Google Drive, and I'm gonna Google Drive. I'm gonna go to Drive login and then create a new project. If I'm in the new project here, alright, my Google Drive is almost full. I'm gonna take a Google Sheet, and then in this sheet I'm gonna name it Daily Motivational. Alright, so in this Daily Motivational, so I'm gonna copy whatever we're gonna generate from Grok. Alright, so actually, so it thinks that these are fine. So we're gonna just ignore that, and we're gonna take it as it is. Arise and shine, rise and grind, dream and big. Big dreams demand bold actions. Okay, let's just take it that way. Okay, so we have two columns, and we're gonna take the whatever it generated for us, and we're gonna work with that. So let's do that motivational for Instagram. So let's take that. We're gonna do this: arise and shine, dream, and push and persist. Okay, it's fine. We're gonna take whatever we generated, right? I've tried it a couple of times, so let's just take the latest one that has the two columns. Yeah. So yeah, let's take this one here. We're gonna copy. Click on copy, and then go to your spreadsheet. So we've already created its Google Sheet. Paste that. So when we paste it, um, we're gonna have header, subheader, and quote. So we'll go back to our Canva, and we're gonna use this one here. So this we're gonna call header, this we're gonna call subheader, this we're gonna call quote. So to create bulk post, go to the left, you see bulk create, click on that bulk create, and then attach a Google Sheet to it. Click on this Google Sheet, then go to your Google Sheet. You call daily motivational. Is that what we called it? Daily motivational. Okay, let's change the name because I think we have another thing called daily motivational. Let's call this one inspirational. All right. So we're gonna use the inspirational, not the motivational. So let's go to our here. So exit this first, and then go back to Google Sheet. We're gonna look for daily inspirational, which is this one here. When you click on it, you wait for it to populate. It's gonna be imported to here. Click on done, and then you go back to your design. Click on the first one, right click on it, and click on connect data. We want to connect this to header. Click on the second one, right click on it. You want to connect it to subheader. Right click on the quote on this one, and you're going to connect it to data, and the data you're going to connect it is called quote. Now you've connected this to the data that I just imported, right? So you have the header, the subheader, and the quote, and this is the way it's going to be. So if you want to make any changes, it is best to do it now. So this is daily motivation, so you can change this to daily inspiration. All right, daily inspiration, right? And then if you want to add the number of days or the date or the month, you can add it on your spreadsheet. You can add a column for day, dates, whatever. You can add all of them and then link it to your data, because once you're done with the design, you are done with the design. So we are done here. If you just click on continue here, it will import all those number of days, 31 of them. Then click on design and just wait for it. It will create a page and it will pop up here when it's done for you to view your design. Now we can click here to view our design. When you click on it, look, once it opens, you have arise and shine. Your inner light is ready to illuminate the world. Look at the next one, arise and grind. Early mornings build the empire you dream of. The next one, dream and big. Big dreams demand bold action. Start today. And so on and so forth. There will be 31 of them. And this is made possible because you can use bulk create with the Canva Pro account. Alright, so that's going to be the end of it. Let's see if we missed anything. I think there's one more thing to add fonts. We haven't done that. Yeah, the last one is to add fonts. If you want to add fonts, you have to download the font and you go to your home, go to your brand. So let's close this. Go to brand, click on brand, and then this is where you can import your fonts or your logos or the design, anything that you want to import. You have to import them here. Icons, you can put your icon here. So no brand assets added yet. You can create with brand assets after an admin has added them. So this is a school account, so the admin has to add you to do that. Admin has to add something. Admin has to add admin has to add fonts. Alright, some we already added, so these are some of the fonts. So yeah, so the admin has to add those for you. Colors, so if you need anything, you want to download anything, you can just download it and place it here. These colors were already added here. Logos, the logos were already added by the admin, so you can create new logos and add them here. But if you want to add fonts, new fonts, you have to add them here from this section. You can add new fonts. Alright, I think we are done here. If you have any question, I think that's the next slide. Let's go to that. The next slide says that's end. So thank you. If you have any question, you can email us at info@hackerworld.com. If you want to get a pro account, we can work with the school to get you an account. It's called Angel, I think Angel Academy or something. We can work with them to get you a pro account. It's a one-time payment. When you contact us, we'll link you up with the admin, and then they will set you up so you can get a pro account, and you already discuss the fees and the rest of them with them. All right, contact us at this address, and then we'll be able to help you. Right, so we've done a lot of things today. I'm just going to recap quickly. Let's go through that quickly. This animation actually we created it using Canva as well, right? So you can do that yourself. So come here, we did how to create new project, add images, add and edit photos, add texts, shapes and lines. I don't think we did lines, so we're gonna do it quickly. We can use frames, grids and mockups, upload and edit on pictures. So let's just do the lines. We did shapes, but we didn't do lines. To do lines is simple. If you want to add a line here, go back to elements, go to shapes. It's in the same location, so just pick any line you want. I want this line, and it will just show up in your design, and you can just drag it and design it the way you want to put it. Right, so drag it and put it anywhere you want. As you're dragging, it's just showing your measurements. So you're done. If you don't like the size, you can adjust it here. You can adjust the width, the stroke weight, you can adjust it here. If you want it to be dotted, you can just change the weighting of that. If you want it to have rounded points, you have to enable it here. Right, so if you see the end now, it will be rounded. So the end is rounded. If you don't want it to be rounded, you just remove that. It's no longer rounded, right? So stroke color, you can change the color, right? There's a lot of things you can do here. Like play around with it. You can also change the transparency, right? Yeah, you can have the kind of different kinds of ending. Here you can also animate. So how you want it to appear, right? So that's on entry, on exit, on both. So you can do the animation from there, right? Yeah. So there's a lot you can do here. So also on style, the way the animation will come. You see some videos that have all these kinds of awesome animations. So this is how to do them. You can just pick the style you want, and then you can adjust the speed. So play around with all the things that are here, right? So if I can take this word now and I click on effects, right, and I want it to be like curve, I can click on that and I'll get a curve. I want it to be stretched out, right? So I can stretch it out and I can change the shape of the curve, almost like the radius. So I can change it so it doesn't look so curvy, if you will. So if I click on shine, okay, let me just go here and adjust the letter spacing. I can change the line weight. Okay, I don't have anything on line weight here, so letter spacing is all I can deal with here. All right. I can also make it go up or down. So let me see. Let me move this text above here. Alright, so that's how you play around with this, and you get the shape that you really want. So this is inside effects. So I can also adjust the curve because I don't want it to be too curved, but anyways, if I want to curve it upwards here, I can just drag it the other way. So you can do this around the bottom edge. You can make it to curve upwards. Yeah, something like that. And then I can do the arise. Let's just move the arise to another location. Let's put it here and add effect to it. And then I'm gonna make it curve, and I'm gonna increase the later spacing. Alright, and then after that I'm gonna change the curve. Yeah, let's do it this way. Yeah. Alright, so you can play around with the way the shape is. Another thing you can do on effects, click on effects, you can change the kind of design that it's gonna be. So I'm gonna just check here, see. Right, so the style that I want this style, or I want that style, I want that style with shadow. If I have offset, I can change where I want the offset to be. I can change the direction of the offset. I can change the blur if I want it to have blur or not. I can change the transparency, and so on and so forth. Now let's go back to one of the other designs where we have the people here, not here. But that's our first design. No, that was actually our second design. So if I'm here right now and I want to, let me just create a new page so I don't mess around with this. I want to create a new page here, and here I want to edit, I want to delete something. So I'll show you one of the cool things about having a pro account is if I'm here and I go to elements, I can look at some of the recent ones I've used, the recent items I've used. So let's see. Yeah, this hand here, I want to have this hand edit. I want to edit this hand, right? So I can put it, let me see. Okay, something didn't work right because normally, yeah, yeah. So I need to show you this one more time. When you're dragging an image into the page, if you go gradually, you notice when it suggests to fill the page. When you release it at that point, it fills the page. Now I don't like this extra ring that the person is wearing because I want to put it on a design for an invitation, whatever. Let's say I didn't like it. I'm not saying I didn't like it. I'm just saying if you're designing something and you see almost everything you want is there, but not everything, so you can use an eraser, right? So you can use my magic eraser, and you just erase what you don't want. My brush is too big, so it's going to erase much more than I want. So I'm going to reduce the brush width, and then I just go, don't want this to be in the hand. So I just click on the things I want to erase. Once I'm done, I click on erase, and then it's just going to erase it, and you won't have it on the finger anymore. And the finger will still be there, but those extra things are gone. Now I like this hand, but I don't like the background. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on it. Let me just get off the eraser. I'm gonna click off that, and escape should work as well. Click on the image, and here you see BG remover. If you don't see the BG remover, click on edit, because when you click on edit, you will still see it here, background remover. So when you click on background remover, it will scan the finger or the photo, sorry, and remove the background. Right now, the background is gone. You just have the hand, right? You can try different versions that it creates because it will create different versions for you. So you can different colors, right? But no color is on this one. Then I want to add other things to this image so you can notice what has been done. I can also create another background to it, but let me add another image. Let's duplicate this hand. Let's duplicate it. So duplicate, just click and then double click, sorry, right click and then click on duplicate. I'm going to flip this one over. So I'm going to flip this, I'm going to flip it horizontally, right? So I can put this one on this side and put this one on that side. Right. And then I can add a balloon to it. So I'm gonna go back here and then just add balloons. Balloons. And then once the balloon opens, I can take, where are my elements? Okay, my elements, I need balloons. Alright, so I think I'm gonna take these ones here. I'm gonna put them up here, stretch it out a little bit, maybe down a little bit here, and I'm just gonna remove the background. I don't want to see the background because I want the fingers to show. Click on remove background and the balloons, so I can stretch this out a little bit. Alright, so that's it. And if I don't want the end to show here, I can just drag it until it shows it is off the view. Drag this off the view and then bring it in a little bit like this. Alright, so that is it. And then I can put whatever I want to put in the middle here. So you can search for something, wedding. Alright, so this couple, they're amazing couple, so I'm gonna put them here. And then I'm just gonna remove the background. Yeah. Right. So maybe I have to put them behind the hands. So I'm gonna go on, click on my design page, click on position, then I can also copy style, but no, I just want to relocate them. So layer, I'm gonna check the people and I'm gonna put them behind the hands. Yeah. So it looks like the person is taking picture from this side through their hands and then showing this couple. Then I'm gonna add text. Now let's say I like this the way it is, so I can just group them, right? So I can do, click on this, hold on shift and click on other elements, or just drag around the page. If you drag around the page, you just select everything. You right click on one of the elements and you click on group. If I click on group, then they are now grouped as one item. All my design is now locked as an item, right? So I can just drag them and put them anywhere on the page. And now I can resize them together. It becomes just an item that I can take for my further design. I can place them elsewhere as a design, right? So they are now grouped together. Alright, so let me just undo and get it back to where it was. Alright, I think I need to go one more. No, not anymore. These pictures has to then come down a little bit. There are pictures. Now I can't adjust the picture because the layer has made it impossible. So I'm gonna go to position again, and they were already grouped, so I have to ungroup them. Let's see, is this still group? Yeah, ungroup them. Yeah, I can ungroup them and then take the picture. Still, it's not possible to just get that picture because it's below an element. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go position. I'm gonna grab that picture, put it to the topmost in terms of layer, so I can adjust it. I want it to reach the bottom, and once I'm satisfied, I can then do it again, position, and then I bring it to under. I want it to be under it. Yeah. Now I can still see it here. Can I drag this, make it a little bigger, so I can adjust and show their faces here. Once you're satisfied, you can group them. Then I'm gonna put a text on it, so I'm gonna add a header and then just say alright. And then I want to change the text color. So here it's gonna show me colors from the photo. So I'm gonna pick any color from the photo. If I don't like any of them, like I really like this color here, so I'm gonna do color from the photo. I don't want to use that. I'm just gonna use pick a color. Then I'm gonna pick this color. That's the one I want. Yeah. So let me go to the text again. Text photo. I'm gonna pick a color and then pick this color. Yeah. That's what I want to be on the picture. Happily ever after. It might not look so great, so why don't we try teal? Let's try teal. Let's try this one. Maybe this one looks better. I don't know. So you know what color works for you. Or if you don't want this, you can just use effects and create like double, maybe like holo, echo, splice, shadow. Let's try shadow. Yeah, shadow. Okay. Offsets. Yeah. Direction. You can use direction that you want. Transparency. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So if you now want, you can just play around with the color. This color always makes things look like halo, like yeah. All right. So you go ahead and do what works for you, right? Go ahead, play around with these colors, and find the color that works for you. You can see the text color and then the shadow color are not the same, so you can change that the way it works for you. If you don't like that, just go back to the effects and then change the color again. You can make it a little bit white, and then transparency. Let's if they are different colors, it's good you don't make it too transparent, and then just offset, make it a little bit tighter, and then direction, you can play with direction, whatever works for you. Yeah, it's always good to see the offset sound. Yeah, I think I like the offset there. Yeah. All right. So that's what you want to do, and let's just change this to say I was there. And then because it's something positive, let's not make it red. If you like red, it's fine, but let me just change this color one more time. Change all. Yeah, I was there. Green should be better for I was there. Let's try this one here. Yeah, I was there. Still looks somehow, but you get the point. Now we're done. We're gonna export this and then we'll call it a day. If you have any question, please reach out to us. Download. This is page 2, so I'm gonna do just current page. Done. Download. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, comment. Yeah, we'll see you in the next one. When this is downloaded, I'm gonna do a mockup. Now you can. Alright, so let me do mockup one more time. I think we did frames, right? We did frames, yeah. Let's do get off here and do mockups. Okay, you can also create chat. There's a lot you can do, to be frank. There's a lot you can do with Canva. There's a lot. a lot you can do, but we're going for mockups. There's a kind of hat that I wanted but I didn't see yet. There's a kind of hat that I wanted. Let me see. Yeah, I didn't see the hat I wanted. Um, but anyways, let's just do some. Okay, let's do this guy on his cell phone. Looking at this image, let's go on a different page and do that. All right. What if I just wanna make this alright, this doesn't want to fit the page like I wanted. Doesn't want to fill the page. Anyways, let's drag the image that we just downloaded and put it here on desktop. Alright, so that's the image. Alright, so if we wanna that's image we downloaded. Did we download it as an image or as a video? Let's see. Uploads. It's a video. Oh, it's a video. Alright, so let's see if it works. If it doesn't work, we're gonna download it as a picture. Alright, downloaded as a video. We need it as a picture so we can mock it up. So let's go. We're gonna download to file, download. We're just gonna download it as a picture. We're gonna do just current page. Alright, so we have downloaded the picture. Let's go download. Alright, so we downloaded as a picture. Then we're going to take the picture and we're going to put it here. And then that picture will be inserted in this form. So you can see how people are looking at it. They're watching their wedding picture. They're liking it. You'll be like, oh man, this guy is amazing. Yep. I was there. So that's what we've created. I really want to see the hat, the cap. I really want to see it. But anyways, you don't have to wait around with me. It's just something I really want to see. But I don't see it here. Just the standalone. But there are other things you can model it on. See how it looks. Right. So someone asks you to design something for him, you can model it, you can mock it up how it will look like after the fact. Alright, so which one do I need to do? Water bottle. If you wanna design something for water bottle or for can, yeah, so you can use this one here. Then just go to your uploads, drag it and drop it there. And boom, it's there. This is amazing. This is amazing. Wonderful work that you've done. I was there. Right, so we just did this together. We did all of this together. So let's go back. Alright, I think we covered much more than we planned to cover. It's an hour 30 minutes. So I'll see you in the next one. Please remember to like, subscribe, share. Alright, so keep coming back. And bye bye.